Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming to this meeting today. For those of you joining us for the first time, this is a quarantine support group for people who are struggling with their situations at home right now. Now, I know it can be incredibly challenging for many of you to find somewhere where you feel comfortable calling in, but I do think these meetings are important. We are now on month 5 of this quarantine, and I know the tensions are getting high in many of your households. This is a safe space for you to share our stories. Who would like to begin? Yes, Hannah, please go ahead.
Well, yesterday, when my husband came down to breakfast, he was in his underwear, and he claimed he's never wearing pants again. He said he had grown accustomed to a certain lifestyle and that he would not be able to go back. I'm afraid this could stick around even after the quarantine. I have grandchildren. Oh, what my neighbors must think of us. Our house has so many windows.
Oh, no. Might I suggest you invest in some drapes? Anyone else? Yes, Janet, go ahead.
My husband has truly lost it. He started talking to the plants as though they're his friends. He then comes and tells me about their conversations. One tells them that they're thirsty. One feels as though they're not getting enough sunlight. Was he doing this before and I just never noticed? He sings all the time, but he never knows the lyrics. I'm not sure how we've lasted through 50 years of marriage.
This is truly some frustrating stuff. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? Yes, Toby.
Almost 100 days of quarantine, and my husband hasn't cooked a single meal. He thinks I won't notice if he just keeps complimenting my cooking. I knew he was faking it after he told me my matzo ball soup was the best he ever had. I accidentally used sugar instead of salt, and he still forced it all down. He would do just about anything to avoid cooking for himself. I blame his mother.
The constant cooking is so challenging. I am always struggling to find new and interesting recipes. Ellen, I know you've been living alone throughout these past few months. I know people who live alone are facing some unique challenges right now. How have you been holding up?
I think my cat is trying to kill me.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry. I know my cat is trying to kill me.
Wait, you're what?
Cat, she's trying to kill me.
I'm sure she's not trying to kill you.
Just because she hasn't succeeded yet doesn't mean she won't.
How do you know?
It's in the eyes.
Okay. Anything else?
I can't speak up. She'll hear me.
Okay, well, you keep us updated, I guess. Phyllis, would you like to go?
Okay. But last week, I had a huge fight with my husband because he wouldn't pick up his socks. Actually, I'm sorry, but can we actually go back to the cat thing?
Oh, my knives have disappeared. I know she's hiding them. She could never resist anything so shiny.
I'm sure she didn't take them to hurt you.
She keeps leaving dead mice all around. She knows, in the apartment, she knows I'll see them. It's a warning.
Out of curiosity, when was the last time you had human interaction?
March. Quarantine started out great. We played, we watched TV together, we discussed literature and philosophy. But then she changed. She thinks she's better than me just because she's got a little flirtation going on with the cat next door. She blames me for keeping them apart.
Maybe you should try going out for a walk every day. Get some fresh air. The weather is going to be really beautiful this weekend.
And leave Buttercup alone in the apartment? Have you lost your mind? She'll burn the place down to the ground.
You could join a book club. Some of us are doing meetings over Zoom.
Shh. I think I have to go. She's coming. I'm not allowed to talk to my friends on the computer.
I take back everything I ever said.
My husband is the greatest man in the universe.
I need to go ask my husband to renew our vows and promise to never leave me.
Well, I'm going to go check on Ellen, I think. Thank you for coming, everyone, and I'll see you next week.
Very awkward.
Well, dating was great.
Started dating at 18 years old.
I wasn't allowed to date. My father was very strict. But I actually found a boyfriend when I was 14. But my father said I wasn't allowed to go steady. He said that every time I went out with this boy, I had to go out with 2 other boys before I could go out with them again. Well, there wasn't a big long line of boys standing at my door. So we figured out that we would send his friends to come and pick me up. And my father would think that I was going out with these other boys. And then after I went out with 2 of them, then I was allowed to go out with him again. And this continued on. And it was very difficult, but we pulled the wool over my father's eyes, shall we say.
One of my first dates was escorting a young lady to a cotillion in the plaza in New York for her coming out party.
Yeah, it wasn't anything complicated.
We were taught for many months beforehand how to dance, how to act, which topics of conversation we could use, which fork to use.
When I was in university, well, I had at one point 4 boyfriends. One took me to the Centaur Theater because he used to get free tickets. He was a radio host. I had another one who was an artist, and another fellow who was a production manager in the movies. I got to go out with all the movie stars because that was part of his job. He had to wine and dine them. Let's see. And the other one was a Polish count. We go for walks, we go dancing.
Our day, we had social dancing every Friday. Oh yeah, we used to, have competitions, which me and my husband of today always won in Barmbing. We were the Barmbing sweethearts.
Go to movies.
Movies, I remember.
Went to movies, concerts, dinner.
We went to a movie or to restaurants.
We had restaurants, we had a lot of house parties. A lot of parties in the basements.
Then if we went on a date when, with the same person about 3 or 4 times, he may give you a pin to wear his pin, and you were like almost like committed as you were a couple. But none of the fun started until you got married.
We were friends, and then what would happen is that each one of us individually, we would hook up with some member.
In a group like B'nai B'rith Youth, you would make parties with B'nai B'rith Youth boy groups, and your group would get together with their group, and it was all very cute. But like coupled off people right away. So sometimes that didn't work. Or you'd go to a house, it was always parties. You'd go to a house party. There was always a guy named Gordy, and Gordy always brought his guitar, and Gordy always played folk music, and all the girls would sit around Gordy, and it was always a Gordy, or a Mitchell. And you'd sing all night, and the pretty girl would harmonize. That wasn't me. And then, you get tired of sitting there waiting for Gordy to notice you. So the next day you'd call somebody and get Gordy's number and try to get Gordy to give you guitar lessons. But that's another story. Anyway, so you would meet people at parties, or we'd have hockey game parties because we always won hockey games in those days. So that was fun. But mostly you just waited for your best friend to get a boyfriend, and then she was obligated to fix you up with the boyfriend's best friend. So that's how that worked.
Well, how about this way? I love that you get cold when it's 71 degrees out. I love that it takes you an hour and a half to order a sandwich. I love that you get a little crinkle above your nose when you're looking at me like I'm nuts. I love that after I spend the day with you, I can smell your perfume on my clothes. And I love that you're the last person that I want to talk to before I go to sleep at night. And it's not because I'm lonely. And it's not because it's New Year's Eve. I came here tonight because when you realize that you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
Whenever I get gloomy with the state of the world, I think about the arrivals gate at Heathrow Airport. General opinions starting to make out that we live in a world of hatred and greed, but I don't think that. It seems to me that love is everywhere. Often it's not particularly dignified or newsworthy, but it's always there. Fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, husbands and wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, old friends. When the planes hit the Twin Towers, as far as I know, none of the phone calls from the people on board were messages of hatred or revenge. They were messages of love. If you look for it, I have a sneaky feeling that love actually is all around.
10 things I hate about you. I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive my car. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big dumb combat boots and the way you read my mind. I hate you so much it makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme. I hate it. I hate the way you're always right. I hate it when you lie. I hate it when you make me laugh. Even worse, when you make me cry. I hate it when you're not around. And the fact you didn't call. But mostly, I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close. Not even a little bit. Not even at all.
Hello?
Hello? Hi, Janet.
Hi.
Oh my God. It's so good to see your face. I have missed you dearly.
I know it's been so long. I'm simply lost without you.
This is not quite the same as seeing you in person, but it'll do for now.
Have you been seeing anybody at all since the quarantine began?
Well, the kids come by. We chat from a distance, but it's mainly just me and the cats.
I'm the same way. Grateful every day I thought to get a pet. Though I hear cats can turn against you at the end of the day.
And just when I decided to try dating again.
Good for you. I have to confess, though, that I've been dating the whole time.
Janet, that is scandalous.
What can I say? A woman can only remain single for so long. I promise you, this is my last partnerless quarantine.
How are you finding these men?
Don't tell my daughter, but I've gone online.
Gone online? It took your husband 3 weeks to teach you how to attach a picture to an email.
I'm on the dating apps.
How did you figure that out?
My phone came with them.
It did not.
It did. My granddaughter got a new phone and she gave me her old one. It had the Snapchat and Instagram and TalkTick and so many dating apps. I opened the Tinder thinking it was going to teach me how to tend my fireplace, but it was so much worse. I didn't know my granddaughter was so popular. I can never unsee all those pictures.
So what did you do?
Then I tried Bumble, hoping to figure out how to keep my own bees. And it was another dating app.
I think you need to have a talk with your granddaughter.
Finally, I found J-Swipe. Within the hour, I had 50 eligible bachelors trying to get my mug and David. Did you know I'm an NJB?
A what?
A nice Jewish bubby. We're so popular.
Have you had any success?
I've met my Corona cutie. It was love at first swipe. I can't wait to tell you all about him.
I have a confession to make, and you can't tell my family.
My God, what is it?
I have been on J-Swipe for 2 years now as my son. I have set up over 35 dates for him with eligible NJGs, nice Jewish girls, through J-Swipe. One time, I even got close to a proposal, but it's a good thing I didn't delete the app because I later found out that she was a vegan. And then she had to go. No daughter-in-law of mine turns down brisket. I make sure to tell them, the girls, to pretend that we're meeting for the first time on these dates. I'm basically a professional at setting up meet cutes.
You're doing a God's work.
Oh, it's almost 5. I've got to go and get my son to the coffee shop. He's got a med student with wide birthing hips who wants to bring a nice Jewish boy home to her bubby waiting for him.
Ooh, keep me updated.
Bye. I did it.
That's great. What did you do?
You inspired me. I finally made my own J-Swipe profile. And I found love at second swipe. You could not believe the pictures I received from my first swipe.
Tell me all about him.
He's a retired doctor.
So is my guy.
He was an anesthesiologist.
What are the chances?
He has 3 kids, 9 grandchildren, and lots of money.
Our men have so many things in common.
He likes sunsets and long walks on the beach, and his favorite show is Golden Girls.
It's like we're dating the same guy.
And his favorite meal is matzo ball soup.
From Snowden Deli?
How did you know?
Because I have a date scheduled with him on Zoom at 7:15.
I have a date at 7:30. Oh. Okay, then I've got to go get ready for my date. Bye.
Well, that date's going to suck.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Newlywed Game. The goal of this game is to prove that you know your partner best. We have 4 teams playing today, each vying for the win. We have mother-daughter duo, Adina and Phyllis, twin sisters, Diane and Christine, close friends and OG Senior Summer Works leads, Hannah and Judy, and special guest couple, Ryan and Jeanne, best known for playing Joseph that one night Sam hurt his back, and Sally Bowles. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. This is how the game is going to work. Round 1 is centered around answering questions about your partner. One partner will choose the answer, a question about their partner, and both partners will write down the answer. If the answers match, you get a point. Round 2 is more of a speed round. All participants will be answering these questions at the same time. Each question will ask you to pick which partner best suits a given description. Again, if they match, you get a point. The winners will receive pride and bragging rights should they choose to use them. Let's begin. All right, Phyllis, what is Adina's favorite movie?
Titanic.
Titanic. And Adina?
Titanic.
Titanic! You guys get a point. Jeanne, what is Ryan's worst habit?
Biting his nails.
Ryan?
Biting my nails.
Yay!
Wow. And if Christine can only eat one food for the rest of her life, what would it be?
Salmon.
What is the food you would eat if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life? Salmon. All right, this one's for Judel. Judel, what is Hannah's favorite TV show?
Jeopardy.
Hannah, that's the correct answer?
Yes, sirree, Bob. It certainly is.
All right, this one's for Ryan. If your partner could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be? All right, Ryan, what is your answer?
I wrote Italy/Italia.
Me too!
All right, another point for you two. One is going to Christine. What superpower would Diane want to have? If she could have any superpower, what would it be?
I don't really know. I'm going to say fly.
Diane, is that the correct answer?
Fly!
Oh! So for round 2, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to be like, who has the most clothes? And then you have to point to the person you think has the most clothes. So yourself, or if you want to point at Jeanne, then you point at the camera. And then if you guys say the same person, you get the point. If you don't say the same person, you don't get the point. And you have to answer immediately after the question. This is speed round, people. Who is tidier? Right, so Ryan and Jeanne got it right, and then Christine and Diane got it right. No one else gets points.
Don't stop.
Hannah, you think you're neater than me?
Yes.
Has anybody ever
No way.
has anybody ever been in our dressing room during a show?
Hannah, I feel like you have too much stuff to be neat.
It's a big job.
Who is funnier?
I didn't
Who
hear
is
the
funnier?
question.
Who is
I was
funnier?
frozen. Oh, I mean, obviously.
I changed my mind.
All right, everyone gets the point except for Christine and Diane. We both think they are the funnier twins.
Oh.
Hannah and Judy, Ryan and Jen, tiebreaker.
Quickly, coffee all over themselves on their way to work.
Say again, say again, say again, say
What?
again.
Or
To
like
what?
spill coffee all over themselves on their way to work or just wherever they're
I'm
going.
retired.
To wherever you're going.
More.
Oh, and Ryan and Jen won.
Ryan and Jen are the winners.
Oh,
Aw.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much for coming tonight. It's been a true.
Judel, the whole thing was fixed.
Yeah.
We should have won.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. It's been a pleasure. See you next week on the Newlywed Game.
You might be surprised with this answer. My celebrity crush is Justin Trudeau. I love watching his hair grow longer and longer during the coronavirus, and I love his beard.
Oh, that is, I don't have to think twice about that. Pierce Brosnan.
I would have to say it's some of the older actors like Humphrey Bogart and
Kate Winslet.
That gorgeous guy on This Is Us.
Elvis Presley. Would be without a doubt.
Richard Chamberlain. He played Dr. Kildare on TV.
Any Chris Evans, because he's Captain America and he's got the shield, or Chris Pratt because he's like Star-Lord. I'll take Chris Pine. He's the Starship Enterprise captain. Or Chris Hemsworth because he's got that hammer.
Chris Hemsworth. Oh, was, and always shall be. Thor. Chris Hemsworth.
Any of the Ryans is good too.
Any of the Ryans.
Ryan O'Neal.
They're very good. You gotta love the Ryans. I like the Steves. I like Steve Martin, Steve Carell. I'm okay with the Steves. And when Star Wars came out, so all the boys had posters of Carrie Fisher in the gold bikini with the chains and the bagel hair. And you know, the heroes, you had a lot of heroes to choose from if you were going to go crazy. So I chose the tall, hairy guy. I was wacky for the Wookiee. Yeah. Naka Naka with Chewbacca.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Bubbies and Brewskis. Tonight, we are going to be playing charades. So for those of you who don't know, charades is a game based on miming words and phrases. So you have to act out a phrase without speaking while the other members of your team try to guess what the phrase is. And you want your team to guess the phrase as quickly as possible. So to make things easier, I'm going to let you know the topic beforehand. You start by signaling how many words are in your phrase, and you can use the same signal to show which word you're going to act out. If it's easier, you can also choose to simply act out the phrase in its entirety. So Sam is going to tell us our teams.
All right. So the teams are Janet, Toby, and Steve, and then Nadine, Walter, and Ellen. There's Ellen. All right. So we're ready to go.
Yes.
3 words.
Head.
Yes.
Head. Okay.
Over.
Roll.
Head over heels.
Head over heels.
Head over heels.
Yes.
Good
that's
job.
it.
One word. One word.
one barf in the fountain.
Lovesick.
Yes.
Yes.
What?
Lovesick.
That's a heart. Love.
Love.
How many words, Walter? 2 words. Love floats.
Love you.
Love flies. Love birds. Love birds.
Yes. Good job.
3 words.
3 words. 3 words.
Yes, here.
Eyes. See. Eyes. Eyes.
Scared. Sneeze.
Eyes wide
Blind.
shut.
Yeah.
Nadine got it.
First word. Or one word. What is it? Laugh.
Scared.
Quiet.
Surprised. Can't.
Secret. Secret. Silent. Secret. Quiet. Silent. Silent.
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the lambs.
Coughing. Is that a real cough?
Yeah, we got it. Coughing. Next clue.
Is that a clue? Cough.
Sneeze.
Sneeze.
Sneezing. Itchy. Itchy. I'm scratching. Eyes. Itchy.
Scratching. You got
Scratching.
it.
Okay. Okay, we got it. We got it.
Next clue.
Next.
Hey, I think she's looking at them.
Oh, okay. Coughing.
Cough.
Cough.
Choking.
Coughing 2.0 return.
Oh,
Are you really coughing?
Wait till we got the
oh,
coffee.
coughing,
Get that
sneezing.
one.
Oh, the
I got a
coronavirus.
cold.
Love is something that lets us drop our masks when we need to. But if you really love somebody, you can just love it and be yourself.
I don't know. Everybody has to answer that question for themselves. Are you in love? If you can say yes, you're in love. If you can say, well, I'm not really sure yet, you're not in love. You know, you're going to know.
You have to ask somebody where you really, you need to have a scale of pros and cons and stuff like that. I don't think that's really love. I think you feel it, you know it, and I don't think it's that cognitive a decision deciding if you're in love or not.
When, we got a little bit hands-on, so to speak,
Couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. I thought about it 24 hours. He made my stomach turn over. It's like I knew that was love.
I thought that I was in love with him because my heart fluttered whenever I was around him. I loved dancing with him, and I loved doing everything with him. I loved being with him. And I thought that was love.
Well, I was very young. I saw him on a skating rink. I remember he was skating and playing hockey. And I liked what I saw. He was great on the ice, and I don't know, I was smitten.
It started as friendship, and then it just snuck up on me. One day I realized I was in love.
Was I really in love? Oh, I was madly in love. Oh, I was so emotional. I mean, my God. Camp in those days was 8 weeks. Okay. I was at camp for 8 weeks, and then the 8 week, the end of August comes to an end, and then you're back in the city. And the city and everything changes, but I was not going to let it go. It's a feeling that engulfs you. It surrounds you. I mean, it's this person that you can't be without.
If you knew, you knew. That was it. I can tell you, I was a bitter, angry, divorced woman when I met my husband, and the next day I was a Disney princess. It was sickening. It was like the worst thing possible. I was this horrible divorced woman. I'm never getting married again. Men are scum. I hate men. And then I met him, and it was like, someday my prince will come. It was gross.
L is for the way you laugh at me.
O is for the times you're ordinary.
V is very hairy. Nostrils getting scary.
E is even so. I love you more than you can know, and
Love is what we've had for all these years. Love has caused us both so many tears. Though you drive me crazy, must confess you're very lazy. Love was made for me and you.
L is for the way you laugh at me.
O is for the times you're ornery. V is very hairy. Nostrils getting scary. E is even so. I love you more than you can know, and love is not the way it used to be.
Love is not just wild, young, and free.
Holding on is worth it, even though it isn't perfect.
love was made for me and you.
Love was made for me and you.
making a plea to the public today. If anybody knows about Ellen's whereabouts, please come forward. She was last seen at a Zoom meeting last Friday. Her friends describe her behavior as disturbing. We're not discounting her cat as a possible perpetrator. He's on the loose and dangerous. Please act accordingly. Cats cannot be trusted. Thank you. Mitch out.